Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday morning. Happy last week of October. October's almost over already. It's Halloween week. Oh boy, we got tons of earnings going on. Super busy week, except for today. Except for today, let's see. By the way, this is going to be a shorter session. I'm not going to be able to take a bunch of stock requests today. I gotta cut this off a little early and get my wife to the airport. So, good morning, John. Yes, it is quiet, but this will probably be the only quiet morning this week. Good morning, Sterling. Hope you had a wonderful weekend along with everyone else. Yeah, we know Iran's going to have to hit them back. This is where it keeps going until it really escalates into something. What else do we have? There's just not much going on. Good morning, Patrick. Good morning, Jake. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Legion Reaver. What else? Yeah, just a few earnings this morning. Thanks for putting them in there. Good morning, Ted. All right, Sterling's putting the earnings in. So let's just take a look at stuff. Let's take a look at stuff. What's going on? We have Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index is the only real number out today. Then we have the bill and note auctions, but the real only number is still expected to be in contraction. Look how long this has been in contraction too. Wow. Still expected. Let's look at the rest of the week though. Tomorrow, we got house price index, red book. We got job openings and job quits, Dallas Fed services. So little busier than today, but then tomorrow we really kick off massive earnings with Google. Uh, then we got the GDP numbers, the Q3 advanced numbers, and the PCE for Q3. Consumer spending. So that's really, and then Thursday, by the way, more key earnings on Wednesday. Thursday, we have the PCE numbers, personal income, personal spending, jobless claims. And then Friday, non-farm payrolls and some ISM manufacturing numbers. So a massively busy week in terms of earnings. Then we'll jump back to the other stuff. After the close today, again, Sterling's putting in the stuff this morning. Thank you so much, Sterling. We got Ford, Waste Management, but not, I mean, today is the quiet day of the week. Tomorrow morning, we got SoFi, PayPal, British Petroleum, McDonald's, which is taking it in the teeth after the quarter pounder incident, making people sick. Pfizer. Tomorrow after the close, though, we got AMD, Alphabet, Snap, Chipotle, Visa. Thursday before, we got Caterpillar. After the close, though, we got Microsoft and Meta. Microsoft and Meta. Thursday, we got Uber, Peloton, ConocoPhillips, MasterCard. But after the close, Amazon, Apple, Intel. So, and then Friday is pretty quiet except for Chevron and Exxon. So that's where we sit with that. You cannot sleep through this week. What else is going on? Oil, after we had the Israel counterstrike that did not hit any energy related or oil related things over the weekend. That's why oil is dropped big. And everything else is green. Green to start off the week. The groups, let's just refresh this real quick. We got comm services, consumer cyclical and technology. Comm services really leading it up 150 basis points. Energy down over 2%. Fed watch is still 90, close to 97 for a single cut in in November. Remember, next week is the election too. Fear and greed, still in greed, not back to neutral. We've so far had a sideways correction. All right, take a look at the bigger picture. Here, before we get to that, let's finish saying good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Anissa. Good morning, Mark. Hey, Richard. Good morning, Royal Palms. Thank you. Please hit the like button, everyone, or the unlike button. All right, so Friday, remember, we rallied strongly in the morning. Then we got after European close and the sell-off. We did not close above the 62.5 and did not close above Thursday's high, so there's no percent beat buy. We're trying to ratchet it back up, but there's been selling pressure. If we look at the bigger picture, again, I got to go through this a little quicker today because I'm headed off to the airport. The bigger picture, we've had cycles at the top. We're heading down still on cycles, but so far, So far, what is this? It's a sideways correction. We've gone essentially very nowhere for, I mean, we were up a couple weeks ago, last week down, this week so far bouncing up, but sideways correction. Not even a pullback correction to come over. On the shorter term, the daily cycles back to the bottom and turning up. So we could easily still stay in a sideways correction uh, for a bit longer. I'm still watching to see today how we close in relation to 58.80. Everything, though, everything starting tomorrow is Google's gonna set the tone. Google is going to set the tone. So all I need to remember for me personally is I'm going to be watching these harmonics, the same ones we set up last week. 58.80 on any rally, 58.95 to 59.01, 59.11, and then to the high area about 59.20 to the upside. Key support we've already tested today, 58.64 harmonic, which is also a major support level you see right here. It was support, turning into resistance, breaking through, reversing, but now reconfirming support. So 58.64 into the downside, about 58.48 to 58.51, and then 58.32. Other than that, we're in a choppy sideways correction. It's going to probably, I wouldn't be surprised to see another drift up into at least some of the selling pressure area, and then we'll see what earnings really starts with tomorrow. NASDAQ, same thing. I mean, we hit these harmonic areas spiked up on Friday, almost the harmonic at this 27.17 area. What is it, 27.18? So still utilizing that one short term, but I'm also going to rotate this to the forward harmonics since we have a nice long pausing bar. And then we got 20,787 and 20,895 to the all-time highs. The all-time highs of 20,983. So those are levels I'm looking at. This is still building. This is still building pressure. Overall, the NASDAQ, we're pinned at cycle tops. NASDAQ has not even pulled back, but we got all these tech earnings this week. So is that going to disrupt things or break out? If we break out, we still have potential double in here. But if we break out the key levels I'm going to be utilizing, 21,437 area, so really 21,450 and 21,009 if we do break out this week. And then key right now, I'm going to keep rushing this up, but flipping this around so far, I think we'll make new highs today, but the key area for me, right as it stands now, is about 18,600 on the downside, which is also where the 50 EMA is. Hey, McRangers. Well, we can't, we're not even going to use the term, but the massive mislabeled rally. I mean, come on. The media has lost. They didn't have credibility to begin with, but going around calling everything, the end term, over the white supremacist term, I'm just not going to say it because immediately the video just gets destroyed. So everybody knows, but it was not that kind of rally. It was the MAGA rally. Okay? And this is coming from somebody who does not like Trump or Harris. I think we could do better overall, period. All right, Dow. Dow last week, big reversal. Big reversal, finally back to the weekly rotation zone. And the Dow, what I'm utilizing right here are the retracement harmonics. So 42,580, 42,750, and then major cluster area 42,9. Very key support by Friday's low, which is a support. Also, we could be setting up for an extended head and shoulders. We're nowhere near setting up yet. We'd have to have an extended shoulder on the right hand side, but that's just what I'm watching in case we do bounce and then roll over and break. This would be a very big horizontal neckline. Russell, we got daily cycles turning up, weekly cycles turning down, in consolidation right here. The only thing that gets me further negative on the Russell in the short term is if we break 21.95. Other than that, the key target magnet price is 22.59 for me on a rally this week, right now. And then a close of 22.72 would be then for me to target back to the mid-October highs. Again, I'm going quick because this is going to be a quicker session. The DAX, which came down hitting the first target on the double against the rotation zone, still in play, but we have daily cycles moving up. So remember, you got to pay attention to the rotation zones when your doubles are against them. And if this rotates up again, this is getting a little lopsided, but it's still potentially valid if the DAX just rolls over in the next couple days. Notes, little spike down and trying to find some very key support down here. Very key support at the harmonic and a prior support level. We've already tested a little bounce back. Remember, the notes are at cycle bottoms and very oversold. So we might see a little pullback in 10-year rates, which is trying to put in a little toppy area with cycles at the top and very overbought. Would not be surprised to at least see a pause. This could just turn into a further sideways correction because your major support is back at about 4.17. Dollar index. There's a beautiful potential pattern here. Little, very well formed double top on the 4-hour. We need a 4-hour close below 103.60. Where would that target it? Sorry, clicked the wrong place. That could potentially pull it back into the daily rotation zone, and retesting a prior major resistance becomes support area. But it has not triggered yet. So I am paying attention to that. With daily cycles still going down and weekly cycles at the top. So for dollar stuff, that's one of the best patterns set up so far this week. Here's your crude drop coming down to 87.5. Remember, it tipped the probabilities on Friday the 18th, a little bounce up, and then with the Iran uh, energy sources not getting hit by Israel, coming down and completing the 87.5 rule. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if this key support holds. If we break below 65.25, 63.62, and then 61.97, but there is some major support in here for crude. You see we're at a major support level, but there's no buy pattern yet. If we do break this major support level, I'm really focused on a potential quick trip to 62. Hey, McRangers, Monday Funday morning. It is that. Gold, so far a sideways correction, getting back to potential cycle bottoms. If we break out in this, the next major area is about 2,800. We got a harmonic cluster up there in the round number. The yen, trying to put in a little short-term top here, a little short-term top. Key support in the yen is 151.50. There's just not a lot of great setups to start the week. I'm going to be watching here so far a sideways correction on the euro. But if we start breaking above 108.32, especially that dollar double triggers, the double top, then I'll be watching closer to a little retracement, possibly even all the way back to 109. Spiders, this, after hitting the first and second target, we traded through to 75%, so that is off the table. Right now, today I'm looking at 583.13 to the upside and then 584.65. On any rollover play, it's to the gap fill and right around the 62.5 harmonic, but the gap fills to 579. And sorry I'm going so quick today, but it's just one of those days that stuff's going on. Here's if we break in the short term. These are the key harmonics I'm utilizing. If we break above 501.50 and then 504.10 are the key harmonic highs. Bitcoin, yeah, we do have a little sloppy double in here, but I'm watching for the rotation breakout to the upside now in the short term and possibly going to new highs in the short term. Okay, a breakout to new highs would be about 76.9, then 80,000 would be the key targets. And then we could be putting in a pretty significant toppy area. But we'll see if it holds above that. I talked about that in the last Futures Edge podcast. Nothing's changed since then. What else? What else? What else? NVIDIA, which has been hauling up the market. The only little potential thing to watch for, and we got AMD earnings tomorrow afternoon, is this little mini double. So that could be a very short-term stop level. It is against the rotation zone and only back into major support. Again, if NVIDIA breaks out, 147 is the next target, then about 153. All right. Nothing to talk about with Tesla. Tesla trying to break higher. If it breaks out, 282 is the target. Again, after massive, massive option buying on Thursday and Friday after a really wonky earnings report. But that's where we stand. And all the other mega caps, everything's shrugging everything off. Everything's getting shrugged off. Right now, it's still buy it all. The double was confirmed but not triggered in Apple. So nothing even, it was confirmed but not triggered. Still, even with the weaker potential iPhone sales and everything else, Apple's still shrugging stuff off. And we got Apple earnings this week on Thursday. So today's the quietest day of the whole week. Just still watching for the sideways correction, getting from overbought, and we could still break out into the short term and go to new highs in the short term going into the election, unless some of these earnings really stink. All right, with that, I got to wrap it up. We can go look at other stocks more in depth tomorrow. I'll have some more time. Until then, everyone have a safe and wonderful trading day, and I'll talk to everyone tomorrow. Bye for now.